Hey, what's up guys? Mr. Martinez here, checking in for your Friday night XP class. We're gonna have an absolute blast today. Got a quick warm up for you guys. We're gonna cover some kicks today. We're gonna do some swords today. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with a warm up real fast. So what you guys are gonna need, you guys can kind of do this while I'm explaining the drill. You guys can make 2 lines depending on how many people are in class today. You might only need to make 1, or if you need to make 2, it's completely up to you. But you can get your 2 lines. You're gonna need one of the blocks per line. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a side to side hop. You're gonna give me 10 of these, and everybody's gonna go 2 times, okay? So it'll look like this. I'll start here, I'll hop to one side, that's 1. Hop to the other side, that's 2. I'm gonna go all the way to 10. Once I get done, I go to the back of the line, the next person goes, okay? I'll wait my turn again, then I'll come back out and I'll start again. 1, 2, all the way to 10. Okay, so make sure everybody goes twice. Okay, then once you guys are done, okay, you guys can catch a knee, you can unpause the video, and we can move on to the next section of the warm-up. Okay, so you get 2 turns, everybody goes twice, 10 times side to side jumps, and then you guys can unpause whenever you're ready. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. Moving on to our next one. It's going to be side to side once again, but this time it's going to be a single leg hop. So I'm going to lift my leg up here just like this. I'm going to hop 1, I'm going to hop 2, I'm going to go all the way to 5, okay? And then I'll go to the back of the line. That'll be my first turn. Same thing again, but this time when you guys come up for your second turn, I want you to make sure you hop on the other leg. So you lift this leg up this time, you'll hop over, that's 1, you'll go all the way to 5. So that will be your 2 turns. So you do 1 on one side, 1 on the other side. Make sure everybody does both sides, then you guys can unpause and we'll talk about the next one you're doing. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. Last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna have this out here like this. And I just want you to make big, wide circles. You're gonna do crescent kicks. You're gonna do it 4 times all together. So 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So I'm gonna be here, I'm just gonna circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna go to the back of the line. Next person comes up, do the same thing on the other side, or same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4. This time I'm gonna give you a timer, so you don't have to unpause, pause and unpause the video. I'm gonna give you 1 minute and 30 seconds to get this done. Just keep going until I say, or until the time runs out, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, 1 minute and 30. Let's go. All right, here we go. So now that is done, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna grab pads here in just a second. But what we're gonna do first is we're gonna kind of walk through a step through jump, okay? So in our lines, what you guys are gonna do is you're just gonna practice this 1 time, and then you go to the back of the line, next person goes. I'll set a timer for about 2 minutes that way you guys can drill this before we move on to our kick today, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 1 leg in the back, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a step forward, and you're gonna jump, boom, until you get facing the way you started. So if you recall, okay, when I step, boom, this is where I'm gonna start my jump. So by the time I'm done, I wanna make sure I'm still facing this direction for my jump. So I jump, turn, boom, and I land the exact same direction, okay? So you'll do it 1 at a time, okay? In the lines, you'll get a chance to go, you'll hop the back of the line, next person goes. I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to kind of walk through this, and I want you to make sure that you kind of use that momentum of your arms. You step, jump, land, just like that. All right, 2 minutes, let's go. All right, guys, and time. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain the drill, but while I'm doing that, I need one person from each of the lines to grab a focus pad for me, please. We're gonna need that for our next drill. So before we get into the jumps, okay, so you guys are grabbing those pads, I'll explain what we're gonna do. What you guys are gonna do is you're gonna hold the target out just like this, okay? You're gonna hold it right out to your partner's nose level. I'm gonna have my hands up here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my leg, I'm gonna cross, I'm gonna uncross, I'm gonna cross, uncross. Once again, I'm gonna do it 4 times, just like how I did on the block, but this time I'm doing it on the pad. The target's a little bit higher, so I'll be here. 1, 2, all the way to 4. Then you'll switch places. So if I got done kicking, I'll take the pad, I'll hold the pad for the next person, and the next person will go, okay? You guys will get 2 minutes on this. That way everyone gets a chance to go, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, 2 minutes, let's go. All right, guys, time. So what we're gonna do now is you guys can go to position 2 for me, please, while I explain this. We have everything that we need. We don't need to grab any extra equipment this time. This time what you're gonna do is you're gonna add the step and the jump before we throw the kick. I thought someone was coming in. All right, anyways, I'm gonna keep that in. All right, so what's gonna happen is you're gonna step and then you'll jump and throw the kick, okay? So it's the exact same kick, except you're gonna add the move before, okay? So I'll be here, the leg that's in front, that's the leg I'm gonna kick with. So I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna step, jump, boom, and throw my kick, okay? You can start it, okay, same thing about nose level, but you are doing a jump kick, so you should be able to jump and kick a lot higher than what you would if you just do a normal kick on the floor. So go and have fun with this. Try this out. Try to push your limits. Try to go higher and higher. I would love to see some video of you guys doing these kicks. I bet it'll be some fun stuff going on. Hopefully nobody falls on the floor. Don't be that one person. Don't be the first person to fall on the floor. So last time, you're gonna be here, okay? You're gonna step, jump, boom, throw that kick, okay? You'll switch for your partner, then you'll go. You can just do your favorite side. You don't have to do your other side. If you would like to push yourself and challenge yourself even harder and do both sides, I'm gonna leave that up to you. But I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to have some fun with this. You're just holding the pads for your partner. If you want the target higher, just make sure you ask your partner to lift it higher. That way they can do that for you guys. And like I said, I would love to see some videos of you guys doing this. I bet you guys look awesome. All right, 3 minutes, let's go. All right, guys, time. All right, let's talk about what we just did real fast so you guys can go to position 2. So don't let the kick be an add-on to the jump, okay? The kick is a byproduct of the jump that you're doing, okay? You should feel that momentum when I do that step and I do my jump, right? I turn over my back shoulder the exact same way I would whenever I do a regular spin crescent kick, okay? I jump with both feet, my legs come up, boom. That's where my kick comes from, okay? So it should feel really, real natural whenever you guys demonstrated the kick, okay? You should feel the momentum kind of going in your direction where you step, you jump, boom, that leg should naturally just want to come out and kind of throw that kick. So awesome job on that. What we can do now is you guys can take the blocks and take the pads. You guys can put that away. And while you guys are doing that, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to cover the next thing that we're going to do. Just that way we'll make sure we're still moving. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the next thing. We're going to get some acrobatics practice in today. And what I would like to go over is I would like to go over the scoot. We haven't done this one in a while, so I thought it would be awesome to do this today. So just remember where your lines are at, but you guys can go ahead and spread out a little bit. You're going to need a little bit of room on the floor and just kind of follow along with me as we kind of break down this move and we do this together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start down in position 2 just like this, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand that's in the back, which is my left hand right now. I'm going to place it down on the floor, okay? Now, what my goal is, I'm going to get both legs up off the floor. So when I'm here, I'm going to jump, okay, where both of my legs come off the floor just like that. So when I'm here, jump, boom. Okay, so I want you guys to do that with me real fast. We're going to count it out a couple of times. So hand comes down on the floor. Ready? 1. Up and down. Nice. Ready? 2. Up, down. Ready? 3. Good. All right, try these last 2 by yourself. Ready? 4 and 5. Awesome, perfect. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna kind of work on what we're gonna do with this leg, the leg that's down on the floor. This leg is gonna cut through, okay? I kind of imagine like I'm throwing a twist kick, right? So when I'm here, boom, that's what I want that leg to do. I want it to turn off to the side. So when I'm here, okay, I use my hand to kind of base myself on the mat, okay? And I kick out that way, okay? So let's do that a couple of times. So take your hand, place it down, leg comes out, down, out, down. Ready? 1, out, down. 2, out, down. 3, out, and down. So let's put that together now. So when I'm here, right, just watch me first. You don't have to do it yet. Hand comes down on the floor. Gotta throw my legs up, and I swing this leg over. So I go up and over, and now I should be staying on both my feet. So now we could try this together. I'm down in position 2. Take my hand, place it down on the floor. This leg's gonna shoot out when I throw both legs up. So I gotta come up first, then I can throw my legs. So up, kick, and over, okay? So if you guys need to see that again, you guys can just rewind that video, get that demonstration again, or you can run through it with me a couple of times. But I'm gonna give you guys 3 minutes to work on this, just kind of get that going, okay? We're gonna add that here into our cartwheels, into our kicks here in just a second. So the better that you get this, and it's gonna be easier for you moving on to the next thing, okay? So 3 minutes real fast, and then we'll work on to the next thing. Let's go. All right, guys, time. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna try to add some techniques to the beginning or the end of our scoot here. So let's talk about how to kind of transition down into the scoot. I like to transition into it with a crescent kick, okay? So it's one of the easier ways to do it because it opens up my hips, which is exactly what I need in order to get down to that position too. So if I'm turning and facing this way towards you guys, remember, I'm always gonna go this way, but my body needs to be turning off to the side. So when I'm here, okay, I like to take my front leg and I like to throw that crescent kick. I like to do the step through crescent kick. So I like to go step, turn, crescent, and I bring that leg back behind where it comes down in position 2. Okay, now my hips are out towards the camera. So I take my hand, place it down on the floor. My leg's gonna go off to the side. I jump, and now I'm back on my feet. So let's reset. You guys don't have to do this yet. You guys can follow along here in just a second. So I take my leg, I step, turn, crescent, go down to position 2, take my hand, place it down, leg up and over. All right, I'll do it one more time. This time I'm gonna do it a little bit faster, okay? So I'm here, step on my back leg, turn, crescent, land, hand, scoot, up and over. All right, so you guys are gonna get 2 minutes to work on that one. Just 2 minutes, you guys are taking turns, moving down the floor. You guys are working those crescent kicks into the scoots. Remember, really try to make those kicks look good, right? Don't give me one of these. Don't give me one of, Like, we still want the kick to look good. So get it nice and high, make sure it comes down, we're in position 2. And the goal is, right, is you wanna see how smooth you can transition it. I don't want you to be like, all right, step 1, you gotta kick. What's step 2? Oh, I gotta get here, right? Your goal is to try to go from one thing right into the other. Just like how you would in your form pattern, right? You go high block 1, high block 2, low block. It doesn't look like you're thinking about it. You've done it for so long already, so you're fluent with it. Same thing here. Whenever you practice these moves and you develop them, they should be super fluent, where it's one thing right after the other. All right, so 2 minutes on the clock. You guys can work on this, and then we'll talk about the next thing. All right, let's go. All right, so let's talk about our next thing, which is gonna be after the scoot. I would like to demonstrate a cartwheel, okay? So we'll come back to those crescent kicks here in just a second, but let's talk about how to get back up and then what to do from there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start here in our position 2. You guys can just watch for right now. Don't do this yet. I just kinda want you guys to just kinda watch, take it in, and then we'll go from there. All right, so when I'm here, my hands come down on the floor, everything's the same. I'm gonna take my leg, I'm gonna throw it up and over. Now I'm already off to the side. This is a perfect way for me to transition into my cartwheel. All I gotta do is take my hands, place them down on the floor, my legs come up and over, and then I land. Okay, so I could do that again. This is super, super easy. We're doing a cartwheel that we've done multiple times. The scoot's probably new for some of you guys, okay? But you put the two together, you practice them, you're gonna be A-okay. So last time, I'm here, I go down to position 2, take my hand, place it down on the floor, up and over, turn, and cartwheel. You can go just as slow as I did. You don't have to go super duper fast yet, but the thing was, I went slow, but I still had flow in my movement. That's the only thing I want from you guys. I just don't want you to pause like where it looks obvious, like this is move number 1, this is move number 2. I want you to try to take both of the moves and try to put them together, okay? So once again, 2 minutes, and then we're gonna put everything together into one big combination. All right, 2 minutes starts now. All right, guys, time. Here we go. So let's put everything together now, shall we? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add that crescent kick into the scoot into our cartwheel, okay? Crescent kick into the scoot into the cartwheel. So everything starts the same. Break it down. Say it in your head the exact same way I'm saying it. That way it helps you develop it and it helps you get it down. So I'm here, I step, turn, crescent, scoot, cartwheel, boom. Putting everything together, okay? I throw my crescent kick the same, I come down, hand comes down the floor, I scoot, I turn, and throw my cartwheel, okay? So you guys have done all the moves together, so you guys have done all the moves separately. Now all we're doing is putting it all together. So I don't need to take too much time explaining this. So I'm gonna give you guys 3 minutes to work on this, 3 minutes just to get it down, and make sure So I'm giving you guys 3 minutes to kind of practice this, have some fun with it, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, 3 minutes, let's go. All right, guys, time. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up with our tricking stuff today. You guys did an awesome job. You guys can go ahead and grab your swords for me now. So grab swords, we'll reset, spread yourselves out, and then we'll kind of talk about what we're gonna do. So you guys can go ahead and pause this real fast, get all your stuff organized, get your swords, get in positions that you're gonna be able to move around. And then once you guys are ready for the instructions, you guys can unpause, and then we'll talk about what we're doing next. All right, I have tried filming this section like 3 times already. We're gonna try this one more time, and whatever happens, okay, you guys are just gonna have to just stick with it, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna work through figure eights with our swords. We kind of done this before when we do upward cuts with our sword, but we never actually put it together. So what I'm gonna do is you guys can stand up and follow along with me. I'm gonna have my dominant hand on the top, and then my other hand's gonna be on the bottom. That was the part I was struggling with. I got that right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my sword, I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna come up. The exact same way I would have with my bow staff. Down, up, down, up. And if you notice my feet, as I rotate, okay, I bring my foot up a little bit just to get a little bit extra of that turn. Down, up, down, up. You guys are following along with me. There you go, and eventually you won't need your feet. All in the wrists, just like how it was for our nunchuck and for our bow staff. I really want to use my wrist to rotate this sword. We're going to give it a couple seconds. Just keep working for me real fast, please. Make sure you're drawing that X still, going up every single time. Boom, 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 boom. Time. All right, awesome. So that's how it works from there. Now, the downward strike, okay, or the downward figure eights, I like to do them one-handed. It's just kind of awkward, honestly, in my opinion, to kind of do that one down with 2 hands. I like to do it with 1 hand, rotating on one side and the other side. Works the exact same way as a bow staff figure eight, okay? Hands on the sword, I go down, up, down, up, down, up. So you guys can rotate that through, so you guys can follow along with me if you're not already. Awesome. And I'll come a little bit closer. And what I'm doing is I'm really just bending my wrist here, okay? So I'm gonna turn to the side, that way you guys can see. I'm bending the wrist, all of my wrist here. I'm not making big motion with my arms, okay? I'm rotating through my wrist, just like that, okay? Keep going for a couple more seconds, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Just keep following along. Good. All right, so let's talk about the next thing. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and go through some of our strikes that we've done, some of our blocks, and we're gonna try to incorporate some of these downward and upward figure eight strikes, okay? So you guys can follow along with me. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the sword, we're gonna flip it up to my shoulder, and then I'm gonna grab, okay? So I'm gonna flip up and grab. You guys can follow along with me. I'm gonna go down 1, I'm gonna go shoulder 2, okay? Then from here, I'm gonna rotate up, down, okay? I'm gonna step, chop again. Now this is a perfect way for us to rotate into our downward figure eights, okay? I'm already faced to the front, and I can do 3 of these, and the way I know to do 3 is just take 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, okay? So let's do that one more time. I'm gonna flip up, grab, I'm gonna cut down 1, I'm gonna cut down 2, I'm gonna spin, 3, and 4, okay? I'm gonna take 3 steps to do 3 rotations. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do that last time together, and now I'll have you guys kind of work with partners. Flip it up, okay? 1, 2, turn, 3, 4, and now I go. 1, 2, 3. All right, I want you guys to practice that. You guys can get into groups of 2 or 3. Either one works. Practice that for about 2 minutes, then we'll work on to the next thing. All right, 2 minutes, let's go. All right, guys, perfect. All right, so let's kind of transition now into something different. Let's kind of go through some different tosses that we can do with the sword. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of go through for like an illusion style of a throw. What I would like to do is we're gonna do two different variations today. The first one is just kind of releasing and grabbing with the same hand. So when I go here, boom, releasing. The other one's gonna be where I release, boom, and grab with the other hand. So let's go through the first one first, where I'm gonna grab with the same hand, okay? So you guys can follow along with me. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start here. I like to start in a base stance, so I'm here, sword is out in front of me. Now, the first thing I want you guys to practice, and you guys can practice this with me as I'm talking, is I like to practice just tossing the sword up and grabbing, up and grabbing. And the goal is I need to get some space, okay? So let's pretend this arm's not here. I need to try to get some space between my arm, okay, and the sword. That way my hand can come through, okay? So this is what it looks like from the side. All I'm doing is I'm tossing, grabbing, tossing, grabbing. And the more I can keep the sword straight, the better. I don't want the sword to rotate like that, okay? I want to try to keep it as straight as I can. Boom. That's what I'm looking for. So you guys are practicing with me if you're not already. We're gonna just do a couple seconds on this, maybe like 10 seconds. Nothing too crazy. Boom. And I'm really keeping an eye on this handle here. I don't want to look at anything else. I'm just focusing here. All right, so the next thing, okay, right, is I have to put it together with my swing now, okay? So I have to get this hand out of the way here, otherwise my hand cannot come through, okay? So whenever I toss, that's when this hand goes over, and then I grab, okay? So I toss, and then I grab, okay? So that's what you guys can work on now. I'll give you 2 minutes to work on this one, okay? So here, toss, catch, toss, catch. All right, 2 minutes for this one, and then we'll wrap up with the last trick for the day, and then we'll call it a session. All right, 2 minutes, let's go. All right, here we go. So last thing. So this time what I'm gonna do is everything's the same except I'm gonna grab with the other hand now. So the hand that I swing through, I'm gonna toss, boom. I'm gonna grab with that hand this time, okay? So I swing, toss, grab, okay? Now, I end up in this reverse grip, okay? If I wanna end back up in the other grip, all I gotta do is re-toss the sword. So I dip down, and now I'm back in my normal grip. We have done that toss already, so I'm not going to explain that one into too detail, but all it is here, the blade comes down, so I go like a U, I toss, catch. I have to wait for the sword to get in the correct position. I don't want to grab it too soon, otherwise I'm going to end up in the same one, and I'm always going under and not reaching over the top for that one, okay? So last trick for today, okay? We're here. I'm gonna grab with this hand this time. So I rotate over, everything's the same. I open, grab. I'm in my reverse grip, toss, and catch, just like that, okay? So you guys can work this separately now, so you guys can spread it out. I'll give you about the same thing, 2 minutes to work on this, and then we'll wrap up for the day. All right, 2 minutes. And time. All right, awesome job, guys. You guys can go position 2 real fast. Amazing work. I look forward to seeing some of the videos, some of the stuff that you guys did today. I always like seeing you guys do some stuff while we're out and about. So awesome job today. You guys did really, really good. We did a lot of awesome stuff today. So make sure you guys practice this whenever you get the chance. That way we can try to add and develop what we did today into next session. You guys did an amazing job. You guys can stand up. All right, feet together, face me, and balcony. All right, you guys are dismissed. I will see you guys next time.